Hi, my name is Sheree Packer, and welcome to the About Me page. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background, and I'm going to talk a little bit about one of the many things that prevent people from um, doing things that are actually beneficial for their lives, and that is fear. Fear of the unknown is something that everybody experiences, I think. I myself, when I joined the company, I had a fear of the unknown. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I blindly jumped in and I haven't looked back since. And I can relate to that fear because 13 years ago, I was facing the same situation. Um, I was born with a hearing loss. At 6 months old, it went from severe to profound hearing loss, meaning without a hearing aid or a cochlear, I could hear nothing at all. Banging pans, nothing. So, as the older I got, I just wore hearing aids. It got me by through school and things like that. And one day, when I was 25 years old, and I had two kids ages 4 and 18 months old as a single mother, my 18-month-old fell down the stairs, and I could have killed him, but it didn't. Instead, and it scared me so badly. I thought that he hurt himself, and I thought, worst parent's nightmare, if you can't hear, what if they got into a knife or everything is childproof, by the way, but what if? Just all those what ifs are terrifying. And so I made a decision to get the cochlear implant. And that in itself is very scary. It's major brain surgery. They drill a hole in the skull, put a chip in there with a magnet, and it's very painful. The recovery time is about a month old. And then I was terrified because I'd never heard sound before and I didn't know what to expect. I was like, is this gonna be loud? Is this gonna be it's gonna sound like cartoons. Is it gonna sound like what's it gonna sound like? So I went ahead and I got the operation, and when they turned it on, you know, um, the first thing I noticed was that the audiologist was mapping me, which means that she was fixing, what sound bothered me and what didn't. And I noticed the audiologist was loud, and I thought, oh my gosh, you hearing people are so loud. My gosh, I mean, can't do like, shh. I mean, I know everybody tells me I'm loud, but it's because I need to hear my voice or feel it. I don't know what your excuse is, but dang, you guys are loud, and it must be because I'm hearing at your level. I have to learn how to adjust to it. And the first thing that happened was my mom sitting behind me and she said, Cherie, can you hear me? And I remember I lost my hearing when I was 6 months old, and I said, Mommy, I remember your voice. And I just started crying, and very emotional. It was a beautiful moment. And then I said, I don't want to hear anything until I get home and I see my daughter. It's the first thing that I want to see. Probably going to cry through this whole thing. Um, So we're driving home, we're listening to music, and I'm listening to New Kids on the Block because that's the last thing I remember listening to, enjoying back when I had my hearing aids on. I'm rocking hard in the car. People are looking at me. Look at the chick. She's like rocking it out. I'm looking at them. Yeah. They're like, hey. We get home, there's a party, and everybody knows I only want to see my daughter. And so I walk up to my daughter, and my daughter walks up to me and said, Mommy, are your ears fixed now? And and she said, I just want you to know that I love you. You're perfect just the way you are. I had no realization that, excuse me, that a child sounded different from an adult. And that to me was like God's words, from the mouth of a babe. And it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever heard. And I just grabbed her and I hugged her. And so it doesn't matter when I'm 90 and she's 70, I'm still gonna have that memory of her little 4-year-old boy saying, Mama, you're perfect just the way you are. And all of a sudden, just at that exact moment, my 18-month-old started screaming. I ripped it out and I said, oh Lord, I can't handle that screaming, that is loud. Somebody help me, right? And so, and then when he was done crying, I was talking with my parents, and I started, understanding people, and I thought, wow, this is great, but everybody's still really, really loud. And I noticed, just like I'm noticing right now, these crickets. My bucket list is to find one cricket in my lifetime, rip off its arms and legs, and drown it, and I'll be satisfied. That's on my bucket list. And I will be okay, and the rest of the cricket civilization could go on. And then, what's an even better blessing is that my following two children, I got to hear for the first time the first cry, the first word, the first I love you, the first mama, the first help me, please. And they have lists, so it's even cuter. And and that I'm still to this day afraid of certain sounds. Some things I can't understand. You know, hearing people have cilia, which is hairs in your ear. So when you hear something, the hairs move toward that sound, and you visually see it. And when you visually see it, your brain connects it, and it recognizes the sound. I don't have cilia, and so when I hear something, I have to visually locate the sound. If I can't visually locate it, it becomes white noise, and it's never to be matched or found out. I mean, do you know the millions and millions and millions of sounds that are on this earth? There's so many that I miss. Bees. I mean, rustling of papers. Instantaneous. Things that happen, and I have to go, "What was that?" And everybody goes, "Oh, I don't know, I missed it. Sorry." And um, but I wanted to share that with you because that was one of my biggest fears. And if I could get over that and also get over my fear of investing in a company that I wasn't sure about, that eventually ended up changing my life for the better. It really, really did. I am a happier person now. It has changed me from within and into the outside. I feel good about myself. My perspective of myself is of that of an empowered deaf woman, somebody who can lead a deaf generation to greatness, somebody who, can successfully make a living for myself and for my children and do it in a way that is with integrity and with pride because I have the tools and the team put in place. Don't let fear scare you. Fear is, you know what they say, you have nothing to fear but fear itself, you know? And if I can do it, so can you. There's no reason why you can't do it. I believe it is my destiny to follow the stars and the moon to greatness. You know, I believe that that is my destiny. And, you know, and the exciting thing about that is that it is just now beginning.